if there is a possibility of a grant, or the possibility of funding that we could assist in supporting, then there would be that potential that the facility could be finished.
The University of Florida Ag Engineering Department designed the original building.
Oh. Yes. How long ago did
Prof.
that go
Roger.
up?
Huh?
How long ago did that go up? The original building?
Ooh.
Way back.
Yeah, it was 40.
It was all 20 years ago. Did you show them that original? I did.
The EJ Gibbs
And then,
building they call it.
Yeah.
and they did a lot more stuff.
Oh yeah, it had restrooms and it
They did
had
a lot more.
feed storage areas underneath the grandstands. It had where you could pave aisles down through it, and you could have access to electricity to put fans on cattle. It was a nice facility.
Look, I know we're not supposed to rate things and say one's better than the other. I know we're just supposed to find facts. But since this has been talked about, this piece of property, even, and you correct me, even staff and everyone alike does not believe this is the most viable option out here.
As it is now.
As it is now.
As it is now.
And
I don't like when I see that.
and the relationship that would be, I'm not sure how strong that relationship's ever going to be because of what goes on out here and the way this is structured.
See, Farm Bureau, we used to run the livestock show
Right.
for the fair. And then once that they told us that they no longer needed our services, a year after that, Extension went and asked Gainesville to let them pull out of the livestock show at the fair, which they did. Larry Arrington was district director at the time. And then that's the reason when we started GCA NRA. And we did it because, one reason we did it was because the fair was requiring the kids to check their animals in on Sunday and not release the animals till the following Saturday night. And the kids were missing too much school. And that's the reason that we designed our spring livestock show. Check the animals in on 6 on Friday, have the show on Saturday and 7 on Saturday, and the kids miss no school.
Not familiar with the scheme of counties, every one of us standing here, so I'm just trying to inform you a little bit of some of the things that you can't just see. The politics that are involved in this place, the way this thing is structured is...
It's the only privately run fair in the state.
It's less than desirable, let's just say that. The politics that are involved out here and the way things are structured.
Well, something that really needs to be considered on this property too. Any property we look at, anything we look at, it has to follow the guidelines of 4-H, and
True.
we have to make sure that also within that guideline that we are, considering their safety of the animal, and if we're looking at a space that's small, that could be a great concern for us.
And when you can find a piece of property that encompasses everything that 4-H needs, why would you have something separate? And I have no personal interest in it one way or another, as far as other than the best interest of the kids. But why would you have a separate facility here for a show when if there is such a piece of property somewhere that you could have it all in one package like you do at Langley Bell now? Well, and I'm not talking acres. I'm just saying it may be a 30-acre parcel that does that. But why would you have two separate things going on when you could do it all in one shot? I guess.
Especially since money is there to have a nice.
And I have to agree with Jimmy on that. I mean, I firmly believe that I think you're charged with reinvesting that money on the kids' best interest. And that's our job to find out, help you find out what that is. Yep. So I'm trying to not come right out and say that I don't, as a general group, I don't know that anyone has a lot of faith in this property here. I hear you. For being up, what to serve all the needs. Okay. I'm trying to beat around the bush, not just come out and say it. This sucks.
That's pretty well summed.
I can read between the lines.
My goal would be to have another opportunity for kids to participate
some reason, we have never had the financial clout that the fair has as far as getting publicity to buyers. And our spring show has always, the kids make less money on our spring show than they do here because buyers bid up calves here, and for some reason we just cannot get it done out in the spring show. Now this year we had steers to sell from $4 down to $2.30, and last year the fair didn't do a whole lot better than that. But by the same token, there was out of the steers that showed at the fair, there was a whole bunch of them that only weighed 800 pounds.
And you're
That's
talking
not
about
a
the, you're talking about the fall show.
It's that breeding thing. It's this fall breeding, and the calves is going to be 1 year old or 2 years old. And you only need 15 months nowadays from birth to harvest.
I guess the question I'm trying to ask is, would it be a take on, you know, perhaps not necessarily here, I mean, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying could be a venture that we could think of that our 4-H youth could start planning and trying to figure out how can we come up with a fall show? How can we start putting out those that data to have a fall show and have buyers? Is that something that 4-H could look into doing?
Well, again, it's based on what the volunteers are desiring to do. We don't put on the show ourselves.
Correct.
There's many shows around from Tallahassee up in Alabama and Georgia, and kids are free to participate in any show that's out there. This show's going to take place in the fall. It's here, it's in Escambia County. It's another opportunity. You know, we can partner with them, but we, as an organization, we don't put the show on.
Correct.
We support the kids in their educational project, and if they choose to do this activity, then that's their choice to do. But it's not part of what they must do. It's an opportunity that
Right, but that's what I guess that's what I'm trying to say is, can we foster the youth to meet that opportunity?
And I think,
Maybe
you know, if the
it's-
interest is
maybe
there with the kids,